there's many messages out there. We spoke about this, didn't we? Like role models, ambassadors. I call them ambassadors of love. You know, motivational messengers. I know Preston calls himself, and you know, you're a mentor. No,
Millennial mentor.
Yeah, right, yeah. Right. Millennial mentor, right? And how serious? I want to just drop into like, how serious is it right now for you? Because for me, I feel there's a sense of urgency and there's a seriousness around the sort of knife edge that we're on, right? Yeah. So we talk about the 6th mass extinction in the world, right? We talk, you know, we see all the different news and the energy around, you know, where we are as a species, that in the last 100 years we've wiped out X amount of resources, you know, that all the species are dying out, etc. And we're potentially heading like the civilization in East Island when we depleted our resources, and we're already, Terence McKenna and many others say we're already in the path of extinction. You know, we don't have to all be dead yet for extinction to happen, right? So I don't know if that's a topic that comes up for you, but how serious is it that we start to unite, and as men wake up, and women of course, and really take that responsibility as ambassadors of a new age, a new world?
You know, what's coming up for me right now, what's true for me, what my deepest truth in this moment is that I used to be afraid of a lot of things. Connecting with men, for one. This was a huge thing. I would never, 4 years ago, I would never be able to look you in the eye like this and be present with you. I didn't have it in me. And I've worked very hard to be able to connect in this way, to be present, to be grounded in the moment and not be distracted by anything else.
Right.
To make you the only person in the world. It took a lot of work to do that. I used to be afraid of the dark, going out at night. I was the only boy in the house with all females, so I had to take the garbage out all the time by myself. So I was always afraid to go out there by myself, the raccoons or the bears or anything, all these stories I made up in my life, you know? I was afraid to connect with women. All I knew was women, but to connect with them with intimacy is like, how do I do this? How do I go from friend, because friend's easy, to lover, to partner, like connecting sexually, intimacy, romance, right?
Yeah,
I was afraid of success and money because I didn't grow up with money. There was always more month than money in my house, right? Money wasn't a conversation than money.
Yeah, meaning, what do you mean by?
Too much month at the end of the money.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I mean. I'm sure maybe some of you guys can relate. But today, what I can say without a shadow of a doubt is the only thing that JuVan Langford fears is not telling enough truth with enough clarity. That's what I fear today. I feel that there's so much discourse, so much fear driving us as beings, intrinsically and extrinsically, that we're losing sight of who we are. Yeah. And we need relationships like this to support us in remembering who we are. Right. We haven't forgotten. Yeah. It's not that we don't know. We're remembering.
It's not about fear-mongering. It's not about getting sucked into the fear. It's not about thinking, oh, you know, the world is over, the end is nigh, you know, because that's been a narrative for many years, right? Well, as far back as we can remember.
So for all you out there who have a dream, don't let go. Connect with people. It's about relational currency. It's about having the conversation. Every conversation counts. As something to learn from every human experience.
Sing your song, people. It's a beautiful world when we step out of our fear, embrace that fear, and become who we truly want to be. Everyone has a voice.